Oh, and it wakes up immediately. Does that kill SMEARGLE? What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Berman. Today, we are hitting the VGC Regulation F ranked ladder with this Pop Bomb SMEARGLE team. Before we begin, if you wouldn't mind liking, commenting, subscribing, helping the channel grow. Helping the channel grow. I'd appreciate that. You know, we just hit 10K subscribers recently, and why stop now? You know, keep hitting buttons. We'll be at 1 mil by Tuesday. Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is typically when I stream. I see these words so many times over and over that they're just turning into mush. Standard time? There's an R in there. Berm. Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is typically when I stream. I battle against the chat. Come get some Regulation F practice. Be sure you're there on time, right at 7 p.m. sharp, as there are only 12 slots available and they go by like that. Let's talk about this team really quickly. I'm excited about it. Full disclosure, I got excited because I saw MV calc something over on Twitter showing that like a Shell Smash SMEARGLE could destroy an Iron Hands. And I was like, ooh, that sounds crazy. Because SMEARGLE, obviously known for its moody ability, also gets Technician. When paired with Pop Bomb, same type attack bonus, does a lot of damage. Problem is, in doubles, MV plays singles. In doubles, it's Shell Smash. Ooh, real hard to pull off on a thing that's already so freaking frail. And you can sit there and try to count for it by like, oh, I'm gonna fake out, I'm gonna Rage Powder, I'm gonna Wide Guard. There's no Pokemon that gets all three of those things. And so SMEARGLE's just gonna get hit by something before it can get an attack off. Trust me, I tried. So, kind of a happy medium. We got Pop Bomb, we got Spiky Shield and Spore, which SMEARGLE likes to run all the time. We got the Wide Lens to make sure that Pop Bomb's hitting all 10 times more often than not. Normal Tera to deal even more damage with the Pop Bomb. Pair it with the Chen Pao so you can get even more damage out with Pop Bomb without having to Shell Smash. And then you might be wondering, well, what happens if you come up against a Steel type or a Ghost type? We have Sheer Cold right there, dude. I don't know if you know what Sheer Cold does, but 100% of the time, no, 30% of the time, it hits 100% of the time and one-shots anything that is not an Ice type, which Ice types we would probably click Pop Bomb into. Anyway, the team works and operates. Obviously, you got the Crown and the Indeedee thing and the Araquanids there too, which I'm very excited to use again. I really liked using it last time. A lot of this stuff works without SMEARGLE. So I want to say a lot of the times my team is built to bring that one Pokemon every time. Please don't bring SMEARGLE every time. There's going to be matchups where you're like, oh, this team has a Fluttermane and a Registeel. Don't bring SMEARGLE, you freaking weirdos. But here in this YouTube video, I take an oath. I promise I will try to bring SMEARGLE as much as possible because I would like to put it on the thumbnail, and I always feel bad doing so when it didn't do anything in the video. So here we go. Like, comment, subscribe. And without any further ado, let's hop into some battles here, shall we? Orica has a couple of genies, a giraffe, notably a snake. I'll tell you something. I have a lot of things that I can spore in Pop Bomb here. Nothing actually resists Pop Bomb, which is pretty cool. Now, does that mean that I can do things with SMEARGLE? Maybe not. Like, not necessarily. But I'm a little bit more likely to be able to do stuff. I never wear this hat because it's so itchy. And then, like, once a month goes by, I forget that, and then I put it back on. And then I'm stuck recording. An itchy, weirdly tall hat. I feel like beanies don't go this high anymore. It's all about the fisherman cap. A little closer to that. Is this why you're watching? Okay. Let's leave with these two. I can maybe even set Trick Room if my opponent tries to Tailwind, if I catch a whiff of that. I like you. And I like you. Uh-oh. Hope I got that in. PokeTuber loses game because adjusting hat. Not even adjusting. Just doing a bit. That's a cool trainer card. Where is that black and white backdrop? Or is that a filter or something? Cool. I did get what I wanted here. I don't know exactly what I want to do. I want to follow me and spore the Urshifu here. Unless I literally have this pulled up now. Pop Bomb has a 80. Yeah, I need to get some damage off on the Urshifu before I can kill it. Which will happen here if I get... Oh, you know what? The Ice Spinner. That'll hit the Rocky Helmet. Which will put them into Pop Bomb range. Nice Spore there. We see Imprison. Which will stop my Trick Room, but I'm not sure that I even want to go for it anymore. Let's just go Araquanid here. And I have a much better chance at killing the Urshifu with Pop Bomb here, so I'm going to take it. I'm also kind of digging the fact that Smeargle doesn't outspeed a ton of stuff naturally. And I opted for a team where we're not rocking Tailwind. Which means it doesn't outspeed a ton of stuff naturally. I think I said that. But Pop Bomb will go first here, and I don't have to worry about what the Farragraph's going to do. That looks like a bulkier Urshifu if I've ever seen one. Yeah, man, that thing is not going down to this. Ruh-roh. Okay. I'm going to switch it up here. I'm actually going to now just... I'm nervous about the bulk of this Urshifu, so I don't want to Leech Life it or Liquidation it. I'm going to do that. And we're going to Spore the Farragraph just to put it to sleep. We need another sleep turn here from Ursh. I'd appreciate it, buddy. They're going Tera Fairy, I guess, to guaranteed pick up the kill on Smeargle, although I could also Wide Guard on this thing. We get another sleep turn. That's perfect. Needed that. It was absolutely necessary for the plan. It's always, oh man, it's always nice when Smeargle is on the field for more than a single turn. Dude, look at that. Oh my god, that still didn't kill. Oh, I feel so dumb. Would Liquidation have done it? Probably. Okay. Well, we'll Liquidate into that now. And I'll just Pop Bomb into Farragraph. We need 3 turns of sleep on the Urshifu. That is embarrassing. I'm like, I want to Calc it. They're going to Detect. Okay. Let me see if I can't, on the fly, calc this. We got the Araquanid, and we got the Urshifu. It's the water one. We got it below half, but then it healed with a Sitrus. Oh. We'll pick it up on another one, though. It does stay asleep as well. My guess is that my opponent realizes that I kill with another Pop Bomb here. I think they're going to target Smeargle for that reason. So I think what I actually am going to do here is... I think... See, this is the thing. I need to pull up this calc. Like, what does more between Liquidation and Poison Jab on, like... a Fairy Tera of any kind? Because I have the Water Bubble. It's still Liquidation. Yeah, I should be liquidating this thing. I'm going to switch Smeargle into my Rocky Helmet Mon so that when it gets hit, it just drops the Urshifu. I don't even need to attack it. Yeah, there's some wonky stuff on my team. I'm realizing I have Poison Jab on there. And for why? You know? That felt like a good play, though. Like, Poison Jab, I guess it's good for... like, stretching. I'm also getting so lucky with these sleep turns. I've gotten... Is that 2 on the Farigiraf now? I got 2 on the... And here comes Superior. Mother Superior. Okay. Like, Poison Jab was really there, like, oh, I can hit fairy types. But I think I would always just click Liquidation anyway. Like, the better move there is probably maybe like an Icy Wind or... I don't know. What do you think is my 4th move on Araquanid? Because Poison Jab, I don't think actually does anything better than the other 2 moves, you know? I'm gonna try to Trick Room here. Oh, I can't. Oh, I still can't? What can you do, Indeedee? That was annoying and weird. It like defaulted to like one of the only moves I could use there. I got imprisoned on... I didn't realize that the imprison... Yeah, the imprison is on Farigiraf, not on... It's on Farigiraf, not on Indeedee, and so I just messed up my I just messed up my mechanics there. The nice thing is, I actually don't think I wanted to go Trick Room there. In my mind, I was like, oh, I can quickly be slower than the Superior with both Smeargle and Araquanid. Totally forgot that I have Iron Crown in the back, and it's speed boosting. And I'm not touching the Tera button. We are the correct Teras for everything here. We just leech life into this slot, and expanding force as well. No, we don't. No, we don't. It's got expanding force on the Farigiraf. We Tachyon Cutter, the Superior. That's crazy. Superior's going to live it. At least they had to burn their Tera, or at least they already did burn their Tera. They almost dropped Araquanid there, too. They go for the Expanding Force. That will drop Araquanid. The good thing is we know Smeargle outspeeds the Farigiraf. This is a crazy game. I feel like I'm not actually playing that well. But I think we're still in an okay spot. Imprison. Their 4 moves are Dazzling Gleam, Expanding Force, Imprison, and Trick Room. They are literally sitting here for, like, saying, Indeedee, I'm going to mess up your entire stuff and your family. And your friends. It's kind of cool. We can Pop Bomb Farigiraf here, though, and just Tachyon Cutter here. We'll be okay. You can Expanding Force in the next turn as long as Psychic Terrain's still around. I think we have maybe one more turn of it. Smeargle gets a kill. Nice. Can I pull this out? Now, Interesting. Thunderous, I'm going to try to Spore. If it sets the electric terrain, that's pretty bad for... I can still Expanding Force into the Superior slot and probably pick up the KO. I'm kind of actually hoping that it does that. The Spore will still hit the Thunderous because it's in the air. Oh, that's cool. But they're just going for the Glare, so we do still have a chance to hit here. They're making a Hail Mary play. SMEARGLE weirdly outspeeds the Iron Crown now. Wouldn't have guessed that that would be how that would go. And Iron Crown still does do attack. Still does do attack is what I just said. Not a moment too soon. One full para could have been a real disaster there. Because then at that point, Iron Crown... Like, if I'd gotten full parrot there, I guess I still would have spored the Torn no matter what, or the Thunderous. I don't know. I feel like I've done enough speculating on what could have happened in various moments in this game, and I think what I'm going to opt to do is just be grateful that we were ever here at all. I'm not taking any chances. Battle was canceled. We don't get to see SMEARGLE kill another. That's fine with me. I wanted to get out of that battle from the second it began, and I'm really both surprised and happy with the fact that we got on top. I don't think I played well in the game. Good game to my opponent. Oka P. I gotta tell you, does not look like a SMEARGLE game at all for me. In fact, I think the best thing that I can try and do is set Trick Room. Like, they have everything is fast over there except for the Incineroar. So I think I'm actually going to opt to try and set Trick Room. But SMEARGLE itself really only spores things in this game, which will become much easier once I set the Trick Room. Even though we're like a timid SMEARGLE, I really think that we underspeed a lot of this stuff. We actually might not underspeed all of it, but this is my hope. Now, do I lead with the... Do I Rage Powder and... Let's try to set the Trick Room? I think I need to. I think I need to, yeah. Go with you. And we'll go with you as well. I don't feel great about it. You know what? Maybe this is a sheer cold game. Don't shoot the messenger, okay? But when you're looking at a Metagross with SMEARGLE, I sat there and I was like, what's the best move to have other than Pop Bomb? Is it... I had Pyro Ball in there for a second. I was like, well, that's not boosted. That feels like a waste of Technician. Even though the wide lens does help you hit it more often. I was like, oh, maybe it's Flame Charge so you can get a little faster. I was like, no, we have a Trick Room mode on this team. Why would I want to be faster? And then I was like, maybe it's Bite? You get Technician boosted and a flinch chance? I thought about Bite. And then I was like, you know what hits all the things I'm worried about not hitting? Sheer Cold. When it hits real good. We set the Trick Room, and we can just Rage Powder. Whatever that Walking Wake wants to do, they won't be doing it to Indeedee. I can tell you that. If it's Flamethrower, that's pretty cool. But I was never going to predict that. It's just Hydro Steam. That's fine. Right. Okay, so now I could Dazzling Gleam. I could try and get another Pokemon in. I don't think my Pokemon in the back necessarily either of them wants to take. Part of me feels like I might even just Tera Water and Matcha Gotcha. so that I don't get smacked by Bleak Wind is bad. I was a little trigger happy there, sure. Sure. But at least this thing won't be able to just Flare Blitz me to the face. I should get a decent amount of damage off on the Walking Wake here. I'm like, I'll be very happy if I get half health. You know, that's a good start. Machagacha's gonna miss something. Okay, I still hit the one I was trying to hit. And that gets me a good amount of HP back, too. Cool. Hydro Stream does hit Indeedee this time. Does not kill Indeedee. So we have the opportunity here to kill the Walking Wake. I'm going to go for it. I was nervous about a Protect. Oh, I was nervous about that. Good play. They get rid of Indeedee. Putting us on a timer here. But we can bring out Smeargle here now. I gotta be nervous about a Flare Blitz into Smeargle, if I'm totally honest. But that's why I think that we can just Pop Bomb you and Rage Powder with Sinistcha. I'm confident that Smeargle outspeeds Incineroar, which means that I can Spore it, but outside of Trick Room. And we're not going to be setting Trick Room again. Like, once Trick Room's over here, it's over. You know? It just goes for the knockoff, which does knock off my Sitrus. It would have been nice to pop that before I, you know. But. And Smeargle might get a kill here. Well done, dude. Okay. Art Dog. Art Dog gets another. Now, just because that's the case does not mean you win this game by any means. Torn comes back out. We have Trick Room for one more turn. Psychic Terrain for one more turn. Harsh Sunlight for one more turn. I'd like to Spore the Tornadus, please. And I think I might just Life Dew. Oh, they did go for the Flare Buds. I thought maybe they would knock off, but they didn't go for knockoff, and that means that I think I lose. I have this marker. I was just chewing on the end of it. But now I'm realizing that it kind of looks like one of those old-timey, like, you know how, like, women would smoke from, like, a long... Ugh, I'm sad. I'm sad. It feels like things were going according to plan, but you know what? I just didn't think they'd click Flare Blitz when I could easily Rage Powder, and they had just gone for knockoff. Like, I thought they were just going to knock off Smeargle, or, you know. It was not the case, though. They go for the Tailwind. This might actually even make the Incineroar outspeed some stuff. They could just finish Sinistcha there. And now they bring out Metagross, which I do resist. I mean, I kind of wish I still had my Tera. I never really ended up using the Water Tera on Sinistcha, especially because I didn't Rage Powder the Flare Blitzes away. And if I had it now, I could at least not be weak to Bleak Wind. But I'm pretty sure I just lose here to this combo. I'm not sure why you're setting Sunny Day. I guess just to weaken. You don't need to, though. Just hit me, dude. Yeah, okay. Good game to my opponent. Yeah, sad that we weren't able to figure a way out of that one. Really, I mean, it just feels like this team is a lot like a independent coffee shop, okay? It's tough to have a mom and pop shop in this economy. You know what I mean? Because especially with coffee shops specifically, I don't know if you know those coffee shops, the margins are so small. Okay, can you make it work? Of course. But when you make it work, you just barely make it work. And that is how this SMEARGLE team is feeling. It's like, oh, yeah, we won, but I think I should have lost. And when we lose, it's like, oh, we were close to winning, and yet we lost. Halfway through the game, we made one wrong move, and then it all went downhill. And SMEARGLE would love coffee shops. Good game to my opponent. Going up against Dive here. Dive? Probably Dive. I see some stuff that SMEARGLE really doesn't match up well against, so maybe we just don't bring SMEARGLE this time. What do we think? Is that boring? Yes. I could bring SMEARGLE, and then if I lose, you can't be mad at me. Like, SMEARGLE should not come to this game. You can all agree. And yet, if this is why you clicked on the video, I can see why you'd want it. I have a couple dark types that I think will just deal with Psy Spam kind of well. Like, I don't even know if I need Psychic Terrain. I can just go Tachyon Cutter. I'm going to go with those four. I can, I think Tachyon Cutter is enough to get me through, like, the Glamora, the Tyranitar, potentially. Sand does help their ability to live. The Grimmsnarl. All right. I don't know if it's the play, but my attempt here, like, what is the speed tiers between doing way more calcing in this episode than... How do you spell this Pokemon? Okay. SMEARGLE and Tyranitar. Tyranitar was the one I couldn't spell, for the record. Yeah, I'm faster than Tyranitar, for sure. So I think I should just be able to Tachyon Cutter you and Spore. Potentially a Thunder Wave could stop this, but they gotta think that I might switch in the Indeedee hard. Because it's both of their dark types. Maybe they're just assuming, like, why would you Expanding Force here? But they end up just faking out there. I think that's fine. We'll get the Spore no matter what there. And that's okay. Okay, here's the question. Do I start sheer colding into the Tyranitar? I'm going to do it. Let's Tachyon out of the Grimmsnarl. Let's do it. Set the screens if you want to, man. Yeah, set the screens if you want to. Let me tell you who doesn't care about screens. It's sheer cold. If I get a sheer cold in this video, that'll be nuts. Oh, not that one. Oh, and it wakes up immediately. Knock off. Does that kill Smeargle? Oh, dear God. Smeargle, you are... Smeargle's bad. Smeargle is bad. This Pokemon has died to one shot every single time. Doesn't matter what it is. A fake out would kill Smeargle. You know what I mean? I'm done with it. I'm not going to pretend like this Pokemon's good. If you see it on the thumbnail, it means that I was using it, not that I condone it. What's on the rest of the team? Am I going to be mad if I become a water type? Not overly. It might be annoying. Yeah, I don't think overly mad. I'm anticipating them terastallizing Tyranitar here, if I'm honest. So I wanna sort of curb that. Curb that possibility. Meet it with a Tera of my own. For the record, it's not Smeargle's fault. Like, Smeargle's not bad because it missed the sheer cold. Smeargle's bad because of its defenses. It's just not fast enough to be that weak. Well, we got it right. So I can hang my hat on that. And next turn we can just Ice Spinner if it lives this. When it lives this Sacred Sword. What I'm more scared about now, honestly, is like a Rock Slide. Because that actually might threaten Chen Pao here. Maybe that's what they go for. I was more nervous about a knockoff into Iron Crown, but I'm realizing that a Rock Slide... Yeah, uh-oh. Well, Chen Pao lived it. We won't go down to Sand either. Further telling me that this Tyranitar is not max attack, which means that it still killed Smeargle. I have 3 moves that are super effective against Glamora right now. Light Screen is up, and it has the Sand special defense boost. Sand is only around for 2 more turns. Don't think it matters. I think I have to attack it. And I can't afford to protect with Chen Pao. I think I'm just like forced into a situation here where I just gotta go for stuff. They have Goodra with them too, which is also quite concerning if I don't make it out of this turn. I kind of need Chen Pao for that thing, to be honest. Like, that's why. Can Chen Pao just live one more sandstorm? It actually did. That's kind of crazy. Let's now Tachyon the Glamora. I'm going to switch Harden to Araquanid here. I don't think that they're going to be attacking Chen Pao, so I think that, like, I don't know, maybe they go for a spread move or something, and Araquanid takes some unwanted damage here, but in my mind, it's better to save Chen Pao for a sec here. They might give me Tyranitar. They're bringing Tyranitar in before it can reset the sand. The sand will not be up. If I can kill this Tyranitar before they can reset sand, then Chen Pao actually doesn't worry about that chip damage anymore. I understand it's a difficult task. Because of the light screen and whatnot. Man, that Tyranitar really did take those things well, huh? Do you think it's Assault Vest? I think it's Assault Vest, actually. This does not feel like a good place to be. Wow. Seems like they realized their mistake. Okay. That'll just drop crown. Yeah. Now, if we're looking for good news, it's that they didn't get any toxic spikes down and the sand is not currently active. Bad news is we are now confirmed that the Grimmsnarl was Light Clay because Reflect would have worn off here. Or Light Screen, whichever one was first. Like, yeah, it's guaranteed 8 turns of, which means it's also guaranteed that many turns of Reflect. I don't believe I can afford to Sacred Sword the Goodra. I think I have to assume it's going to protect or bank on it protecting. We need to Ice Spinner you on the potential Tyranitar switch, which would just kill Chen Pao this turn anyway. Yeah. Yeah, this game's probably over. They just bring out Tyranitar right here. And that stops my Chen Pao in a million ways. It kills my Chen Pao without them even having to do anything with Goodra here. Goodra can literally just sit here and protect, and it has killed Chen Pao. At least my reads are correct in this game. There's that little bit of sand damage, and I got news for you, man. I like Araquanid. Araquanid's not doing anything to this Goodra. It really isn't. And it probably doesn't get the chance to do anything to Glamora either, because Glamora probably just comes back in and, like, Power Gems or Meteor Beams or whatever it's got. My guess is that just removes Araquanid. I like that my opponent has the little Houndstone hat. Or not Houndstone. Grievard. You deserve it. You deserve it. Go for it. Yeah, in this game, it's pretty clear to me that it's like SMEARGLE came in, it got one spore off, and that spore lasted one turn. That's an entire Pokemon's role in this game. It's not a good one. You understand? Not worth it. Not worth the bring. I mean, I did say that at the beginning. But, yeah. Yeah. Oh, boy. Okay. Good game to my opponent. Hey, thanks so much for checking out this video. If you, for some godforsaken reason, want to use this team, maybe you're a masochist, rental codes on screen, PokeBase, full team breakdowns in the description below. I really soured on this team as I kept recording. There are battles that you're not going to see because they were really, really quite bad. And when I make a team, typically, if a team is not giving me confidence at least 50% of the time, I like to go even higher than that, then I don't post that video. I record some battles and I'm like, you know what? It's not happening. And that's when randomly you're like, oh, Berm didn't upload today. That's probably what happened. Here's the situation with SMEARGLE. I tried to make this team work for so long before I even got it to the point where I felt comfortable recording with it. And then here today on the ranked ladder, rather than Showdown, part of that having to do with the fact that, by the way, on Showdown, everything, like, you can see things, speed tiers and stuff, so I can more confidently click Spore in situations because I know SMEARGLE's faster without having to calc it all and look it up and everything. Makes sense to me why Showdown might be a little bit more easier to use this team. But here on the ranked ladder, like me just not, I felt like I was just like swimming in oil with this Pokemon. And I really, like, I don't ever post videos like this. I'm going to post this one where I'm like, hey, I don't think this team's good. You know, I made this team. I don't think it's good. I really don't. My findings were conclusive. SMEARGLE, Technician, not good. Not as good, at least not in doubles. You know, maybe it's fun in singles and you can pull something off, but yeah, I didn't like it. I didn't feel comfortable. And maybe for the first time in Scarlet Invited, at least, I'm sitting here telling you, you don't want to use this team. Oh, you know. And by the way, anybody who's like, hey, Berm, you're such a great team builder. It's like, hey, man, I can make some real stinkers. You know what I mean? Like, M. Night Shyamalan made Avatar: The Last Airbender. You know what I mean? Thank you so much for clicking on this video in the first place today at all. I hope at least it was entertaining. And that's all I got for you. Hit the buttons on the way out. And without any further ado, I keep doing this. Until next time, my name is Berm. See you later.